So, you must notice already why everyone is using the supply drop in every mission now, especially the high power level ones, like 160 missions. We had this gadget for years, but what changed? Well, check this clip. Do you notice anything different? The amount you get from one drop now is insane. And not just that, you know that we can do that every 90 seconds? Like in this mission we can do that up to 10 times. 40 supply drops in one mission, and not just normal drops, the buffed ones. Of course, we all need to use undercover buzz for the best timing. I will explain how much we get now and the numbers you need to know in a moment, but if this real, I don't think we will ever struggle with maths ever again. I know, some of you still can't really see why everyone is going crazy about this. So, let's explain them. And yes, it's more than one buff. First, the cooldown went from 330 seconds to 180 seconds after last update. There was no mention for that in the patch notes, that's why I'm not sure if it's a real thing or a bug. So, if we calculated that, it's around 45% buff, just from the cooldown. And the number will go way higher if you kept calculating the math, but I don't want to complicate it. I actually noticed it by chance when I was testing the new update in this video. I highly recommend checking it if you want to catch up with all the changes in the new update. I noticed that the cooldown is way less, and the loot is a lot better. So, I emptied my backpack and joined a 160 mission to test it. I used Undercover Buzz as commander, for 50% reduced cooldown for all my gadgets. Only 90 seconds cooldown for the supply drop with her in the lead, which is crazy. Imagine you and your friends using your supply drop every 90 seconds. In power level 160 mission, I got 150 of each building material, 3 traps, and a lot of crafting materials. For the building materials, we used to get 85 each, now it's 150 each. With a full team using the supply drop, that's 600 of each material. Even without Undercover Buzz, 600 every 180 seconds is amazing. For the traps, we used to get only 1 I think, now we get 3. For the crafting materials, I was shocked. I could get 4 different materials, around 15 of each. Like 15 planks, efficient, carved twine, nuts and bolts, rough or oxidized. Sometimes you get 5 from one material, and 24 or 25 from another. It will take a long time to test the exact number. But the current amount of loot is very good. Wait, that's only from one drop. Imagine 4 at once. Imagine 30 or 40 during your mission. You see what I mean? Yes, each buff by itself might not be that fancy for some people. But the cooldown reduced, more building material, more crafting mats, more traps you can recycle for mats and then convert one of them to a schematic, that's a lot. Now multiple that by 4. That's why everyone is using the supply drop like crazy in every mission, especially the high power level ones. Funny enough, you can join a mission, stay AFK using Underground Buzz, and use your drop every 90 seconds. Then, collect your loot and leave whenever you want without finishing the mission, and you will keep all your loot. I got around 1,000 of each building material, hundreds of crafting mats, a lot of traps, all of that in just 10 minutes. And don't forget the ammo, ton of it as well. What about endurance if you know what I mean? I actually may destroy the mats grinder in my base, and rely on the supply drop instead for farming my building materials. What about Frost Knight Adventures? This will help a ton in both. And with the new research system, when you can get schematics from the traps and weapons you find during the missions, that will help even more people. But there's a better way to get full legendary traps and weapons max level and god roll perks easily. Stay tuned for the next video. I was working on the gadgets changes video, but I had to cover this one first. It is too good to a point that it might break the game at some point. I went from nice, I can get a lot of loot, to I'm bored from opening my inventory over and over every few minutes to recycle the traps. And for that, we can actually get a new auto recycle feature, which will help a lot managing your inventory. If you don't know what that is, it's simple. Imagine a tab that you set to recycle schematics under certain level. For example, you can set it to recycle any trap that under power level 125. Or recycle any traps that don't have god roll perks. Even you can pick traps with certain perks to keep, and recycle the rest, but it's a bit advanced for Save the World right now. Or we can get more inventory and storage slots, which I would love to. Make them purchasable with gold. Like 5 inventory or storage slots for each season. It will be a huge update. Especially for endgame players, who have full inventory already and a lot of gold that don't know what to do with. Maybe Save the World Pass with specially rewards like that? That's even better. I can't tell you how a pass for Save the World will make us happy, and it will bring a lot of players back to the game. Speaking of end-game players, what about the people who spent a lot of time grinding for their trap schematics? Then upgrading materials to level and evolve them up. Then perk ups to upgrade the perks. Now you can get 130 trap full god roll easily during any high power level mission by just shooting a legendary bird or frog. Now I don't struggle anymore with planks. Like I was running low yesterday, and after today's stream, I got around 4k. Building materials, still, no problem. With full team using the supply drop, we can get more materials than we spend during the mission. We didn't get any news about it in the patch notes. That's why I'm not sure if it is a bug or not. But other gadgets got buffed too, but not like this one. That's why I'm not sure. Like all of them are bugged or something? I guess we will know soon. But if it's not a bug, this change will make everything way easier for everyone, especially new players. That's why a lot of people didn't like this change. I will explain this point more in the next video. We got some quality of life changes in the last update, and it's a good thing for old players, but we need more. I still believe they are making the early game easier like that for the new content they are working on, and I hope I'm right. From what we saw recently, they are working a lot on Save the World. Making the game free was the biggest announcement. Then we got some quality of life updates and a lot of changes to make the game simpler for new players. From my experience in many games I play for years, that's always the path games do. Yes, I love long games that you can play for years. Like I have been playing Warframe since 2014. Mostly they make the old content simpler for new players, so they can reach the new one and enjoy it. We got a lot of leaks lately about New Zone after Twine Peaks. Maybe completing Twine Peaks storyline. So, to conclude everything, the supply drop is very good right now. Use it if you can, and you can use Undercover Buzz in the support for 20% reduced cooldown. If everyone used her as commander, the team won't have any constructors to reinforce the build or any DPS for the husk. Full team with the supply drop gadget is the best case scenario for the best loot during the mission. Next, I will be working on some new videos related to the update we just got. Because we got a lot just in update. That's why I'm positive we will get a lot more, even before Save the World going free. I will try to cover all the gadgets changes, the new best farming loadout with the supply drop, how to get max god roll schematics easily, and a lot more. So, stay tuned. And that's it for this video. Don't forget to use code Larsis in the item shop and Epic Games Store if you want to support me, helps me a lot. As always, big thanks for all the channel members, super chat on the stream, everyone uses my creator code, and all the support, really appreciate it. Like, subscribe if you are enjoying the content, so YouTube algorithm will suggest the video for more people. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, see you in the next one.